Hello ladies and gents, I'm the Rev. This is Empyrion Galactic Survival Update 1.4. I think they're up to 3 now with the little hotfixes they've been doing, because of course it's early access, and every time there is a nice big update like this one was, they've got bugs because they've got a lot of systems to play with. So let's get right to it. Now, some of this is from the last of 1.3, and to begin, we're going to talk about some of the new cool things that you can make. As you can see, this looks really cool. I made this myself. Anyways, so the way they do this is they change the way that you make your blocks. You don't have to make all of them anymore. All you have to do is, as you see here on the left side, look at the number 7, it's highlighted. You get these blocks here now, and you right click on it and it brings up this menu, and you can pick any of these and then create to your heart's content. Now this is and so far, you know, it's probably a pretty good idea. You know, it's reinforced steel, which is 2 times as much as the normal thing, which is what you see over here. This is the normal steel that comes. It's easy to, I mean, it's, yeah, I mean, I use it for interiors, things like that. It's been fine as just an in general base to keep away all of the various drones that like coming over this way, although after I took on about 20 or 30 or so in the first few hours, haven't seen one since. So I suppose that's cool. Also, one of the big things they did was, as you can see, there's been a major upgrade to all of the graphics, and they added a couple of new planets. So, and that's not even all of the new technical stuff, so that's just some of the big things. So in the next episode that I'm going to do, because this is probably going to take a couple of episodes to get through all of the content that they added, which is awesome, by the way, for early access. Anyways, we'll go check out the capital ship that I made and some of the fun stuff up there. I'll give you guys more examples of what you can do with this and things that you can build. Anyway, so one of the fun things that they did, you can see, and if you're curious, red and black is my channel's colors. I do like making things like that. Anyways, so we've got our little hovercraft here, and you see all these trees out here, which are on a lot of the planets, just in different shapes and forms. They have a harvest module, so you can use this and you can go through and chop down all the trees, which is cool. And if you're curious, if you want to use their new blueprint system, and it's been around for a little bit, and there's, you know, things are still, I haven't talked about it because, you know, it seemed a little unstable. Now though, it looks like they finally got it working right. So if you want to, let's say I want to put this ship, I want to save this because I'm going to restart and do other things. You hit Alt and then O, and it brings up a blueprint. So it says everything that it needs. Save as, oh, I don't know, what do we want to call it? Revs. There we go. Proper. Anyways, so there we go. And then you can hit F2. It'll bring it up. It shows what needs to be done. You go to your factory, and you actually have to go to your factory. Here's a couple of them I made anyways, so there we go. So now that we've got all of our stuff here, it says everything that we need, and I don't have any of it here because it's all up in outer space on my capital vessel. Anyways, you just have to put those in, start production time, and it'll take 41 minutes and 32 seconds to make, if I want to make that. Or I can go to Rev's Romper, again, back to factory. Rev's Reader. Oh, that's not good. There we go, to factory. So now we can do Rev's Romper. Anyway, so that's the new blueprint system. Again, it's Alt and then O to save. Now, the other cool thing is they have, as you can see down here, Open Workshop. It's connected to Steam's Workshop, so you can actually publish your designs, and people will comment on them. There's a couple of thousand right now, or you can make really fun stuff and upload it. So we got a Viper. Look at all of that. Goodness. Millennium Falcon. Holy crap. That is a lot of work. Unless you use the creative menu and you start a creative game, and then you can make all this kind of stuff real easy. And they also have got bases, capital vessel, a starter hover vessel, and of course a starter ship. So those aren't too bad. Now something else that they recently added, and if you hit the F1 key, is a PDA, and it tells you kind of, it gives you just the most basic of basics. But anyway, so say, you know, we go through and it says do, you know, collect various things, place your survival constructor. Now the guides that I made, and they've been a few months, still stand up. Before it was, we had a crashed spaceship with a constructor. Now you've got a constructor you can put anywhere you want. So, you know, you just follow the same basic things. You first thing, you know, safest, easiest thing to do is make a hover vessel. Use that to go out and get as much resources as you can. Then, of course, we'd move on to building a base, and it says the things that you need in the base, and I do have a base building episode. And then of course your first vessel, and that's as far as it currently goes. Now you can put it in your HUD or not in your HUD, and personally I didn't really need it. So of course you can go PDA right here. It's the same thing, so it is up to you how you wish to proceed. So I thought I'd give you guys at this point a nice little trip around the block. Of course it's gotten dark, but that's okay. Because I always put a light on my spaceships. And if you're curious how I changed view modes, it is you just hit the V key and it'll put you between first person and third person. I suggest using the third person for flying. I like it first person for all the resource collection, you know, all the things you got to drill out and all that. And they have added a couple of new tools. They now have a driller, tier 2 driller, that collects everything for you, so you don't have to stand there and hit that frickin' E key over and over and over. So we'll stop. Oh, let's hope it's out of range. Okay, so you see that drone base there. So they've added a few different, you know, new things. Eat it. Shot at. Anyways, so all of the bases now, they put in new weapons. They're all harder to even approach, let alone attack. They all have multiple drones flying around them, and they do have respawns, so you want to keep that in mind. Personally, what I would say is find yourself a good one you want to attack. When you want to do that, do it during the day and try and snipe the everything that you can from it. It's not going to be easy, because once these things start firing, they start firing, and you've got to move. They don't fire too fast. You can dodge it, but the problem is trying to actually shoot it. Then the Gatling cannons work real well, but hold on a second here, folks. And like I said, you can see just a gist. Now there are 9 planets now instead of 5. So what we're going to do now is we're going to head on up, and we're going to go take a peek real quick at outer space and some of the new things that they've moved around. Alrighty guys, so here she is. For some reason I can't get the name to save. I keep coming up with all kinds of fun names, but they don't want to save for some reason. Anyways, we'll just plop her down right here. Now, the 2 things on the sides are going to be where I have multiple fighters. Once I decide what style I want to use. It's part of the reason this guy looks the way he does. And do make sure that you are, and you look over here on the right side where it says small vessel, and it says docked. Yes, make sure you do that, and put your helmet on. And one of the cool things that developers have done is now you can see the space drones floating around out here. The Sathium is actually really easy to get to. They have them all over the place, so just fly around, keep looking, and you'll be able to get your Sathium, and then you can come up here, and then you can go start jumping to the other planets, because you actually have to have a capable vessel. And that's one of the things that we are going to go talk about, actually, first thing. Anyways, now personally, I never see the point really in using a anti-grav thing. Most of my stuff that I do, I'm always just, you know, flying around doing this, doing that. Just easier not to do it. If you stay in third person, of course, it's very easy. You can guide your guy very easily. Anyway, so here we are with our warp thing. It now takes fuel. Before it didn't. This update it does, and you find the fuel source. There are blue crystals at the bottom of the lakes of all the planets if it has water. If it doesn't, you're screwed. Anyways, so we have Pentax. That's Pentaxix, whatever you want to call it. Anyways, this is the converted form. I got a whole bunch here. Yeah. So I can run around, and we'll go to the constructor next. And then I'm going to show you guys the cool stuff they've done with the control panel with your ships. You can do all kinds of additional stuff. Now, one's black, one's white. The black one is the old, the regular constructor. This is the upgraded one, which is the cool one. Because nope, I got them backwards. That's the cool one. All you have to do is put all of your various resources in here, and it will make whatever you want. So one of those, it'll make one of those. If I want, let's see, a cargo box, it'll make a cargo box. But it'll do it from the base resources. I already have a bunch of stuff stocked up, so if you just had bars in here, it would have made whatever it took. So it would have made 3 metal plates, 1 control device, then it would have assembled the cargo box, which is cool. Anyways, oh, I was going to show you what that looks like. So it'll be under your, of course, basic resources, and it's right here. And it's, you know, just little blue crystals, and you just got to fly around on the bottom of the ocean to get them. If you start on Akira, they're very easy to find. You just got to find the biggest lakes, and it works great. And of course, we have our medic station, which works in outer space. It doesn't work to respawn you, but on any of the planets it does. So make sure, of course, that's part of your thing. They also have a clone thing now, which is kind of like a beginner's, because one of the ways they've gated their content is that as you make your way and you make better and better things, you know, better constructors, you get more things you can make. So, and here's the captain's chair. Now, it does take a pilot seat now to make the starter block for your capital vessel, but of course you can always move that, or you can have it here and you can put it somewhere else and then just not use it and block it in to protect it. So, alrighty, so there we go. We are now in the ship. So the cool things now with the control panel that they did, they've made it so you can group everything. So if you don't need your food processors, don't click this button to make it, you know, them on. For instance, this is the one that I probably use to save the most energy, because right now I've got lights on, and my weapons, of course, because anything that flies close to my ship I want to shoot. These guys down here are in general just Ones that I always leave on, there's no real reason to try to turn them off because you can't. But a cool thing you can do now is if you have some of your stuff and your mats on you, you sit down in your chair, you can fill things back up. Whoops. There we go. Wrong button. Anyway, so there we go. So that's cool. You can do that with, of course, cargo boxes. Was that the one I had? Yes. Okay, because you can tell I need a little bit of chow right now, so I'll grab me some chow for after the video. And it's just a great way, especially if you don't make a massive capital ship, but you make something that you're going to take down to the planet, because you can. It does have defenses that you can set up. You can also now, which is new, click on one of your turrets, and of course, don't put so many turrets up you don't know what's what. But if something's attacking you, instead of having to get out of the captain's chair, go run to the turret. We can do whatever we want now. We can jump straight into this from our captain's chair. So no matter where we're being attacked from, whether you're playing PvP or solo, you are good to go. Of course, when you're in this mode, you just hit T. It'll put you back there, and it'll jump us back out once again. So there you go, folks. There is a real quick rundown of all the new various things. If you guys would like, please let me know down in the comments. I will go and make a video on all the planets now, because they all have different biospheres. There's one I really want to check out that I think is going to be interesting. And that's, is it Mesperon? Yeah, I think that's it. It says Alien versus Space, of course. So that one's a desert. St. Heinz is a desert. Now, the desert planet, last time I was on one of those, had a lot of the power source you need, promethium and iron, which is always good. Astun is a water world, so it's predominantly water. So imagine Acura, which is where you start, reverse the amount of land mass and water. That's kind of the way it is there. Lava planet. And of course, folks, if you look in my playlist section for Empyrion Galactic Survival, you'll see there's a whole bunch. I show a bunch of a bunch of different things, bunch of planets. So I do have a lot of the planet there. Barren, which I'm not quite sure is lava. Snow. They also have moved around where you get some of your elements now, so you will have to look a little harder to find them. And of course, we've got Omicron's moon, Akira's moon, Akira and Omicron. Omicron and Akira are the two, of course, that most people start on. So, but I want to check out the alien one, which I'll probably do very soon. So as always, folks, I want to thank you so much for watching. Of course, I am the Rev, and this has been the update for Empyrion Galactic Survival 1.4. Please like, favorite, subscribe. Let me know if there's anything you do want to know about when it comes to the game, and I'll do my best to answer any questions. If I can't find out, as always, I will do my best to find out or find someone that does know. So as always, please keep your heads down, guns up, and we shall fly together again real damn soon. Have a good one, folks.